Hello everyone, thank you for joining part 1 of the Time Management Workshop Series brought to you by the Office of Learning Services at Millersville University. The objectives for today's workshop include thinking critically about time management, creating an effective weekly schedule, creating prioritized task lists, and prioritize based upon the criteria of importance and urgency. You can feel free to press pause on this video, and there should be a link just below which will bring you to a time management quiz. The purpose of this quiz is to get you thinking about your skills. Once you finish the quiz, tally up all of your yes responses, and when you come back, we will talk about what the different results mean. Now that you have taken the time management quiz, we can go through all the possible scores you could have gotten. If you had 0 yeses, this is an indication that you have great time management skills, and this workshop will help solidify those skills. If you had 1 to 3 yeses, that is still an indication of many great skills, and those skills will be sharpened today through this workshop. If you had 4 to 6 yeses, you may have some skills, but there is a need for development as well. And if you had 7 to 10 yeses, time management is probably a struggle for you, and this workshop is a great start to gain those skills. Here are a few benefits of time management. 1. Gaining time. When you manage your time effectively, your tasks will get done quicker, and you will have more time to either do additional studying or have some more downtime. Managing your time also helps you be motivated and will initiate further time management skills through that continued practice. Time management can also reduce avoidance. For example, looking at a big list of assignments can be overwhelming. However, having the skills to organize those assignments in a way that works for your own schedule will help that list seem less overwhelming and reduce avoidance. Time management can also promote review through creating a structured space for study time, homework time, and promoting your overall engagement with the class materials. Next, by managing your time, you won't have to cram before any major tests or assignments. This is a common pitfall for many students. When you have effective time management skills, breaking down large assignments or creating a study schedule in advance can eliminate the pressure to get everything done the night before. Lastly, time management can reduce anxiety. A few things we already talked about, such as avoidance and cramming, can cause us stress and worry. When we manage our time, those anxieties can be reduced. Here we have 3 different time management strategies: a semester, weekly, and daily to-do list, and we will break down each one. A semester calendar is an excellent way to make sure all of your major dates are in. Whether it's finals week deadlines, midterms, major projects, writing down those big semester assignments ensures that they are not forgotten. This is also a great tool to write down all of your personal commitments too. This way, if you know your final project is due the same day as a family wedding, you know in advance and can practice your time management to ensure that you get both your assignments in and can still enjoy your personal time. I love to use a desk planner for something like this because it helps me keep my dates in a visible location that I can see frequently. A weekly schedule is a great tool to use for specific assignments you have each week. It is important to be reasonable when you are doing these lists. For example, if you know that you have 4 classes on Monday and none on Tuesday, it would be a better goal to plan to do more homework on Tuesday since you already have that time and won't be as tired. It's also important to schedule in breaks for fun. This could be dinner with your friends, time for your campus club meetings, or any other downtime that you may need to recharge. This weekly to-do list can look like a planner that you keep in your book bag, or maybe a Google Doc that you update every week if you like your assignments online. And here's a reminder. If you have one class that meets once a week for 3 hours, you should plan to study for 6 hours. As a rule of thumb, always schedule to study at least 2 hours per 1 hour in class. Daily to-do lists are a great option to keep yourself on track as well. I personally like to do my to-do list on my phone. The Notes app on the iPhone has an option where you can check off each task in your to-do list. I like this because I always have my phone on me, so it makes the most sense for my schedule. You could also have a piece of paper that you keep at your desk or in the space where you work to also do this list. You can make your list based off of importance. For example, if you know that your math assignment is due at 9 a.m., it would go at the top of your list. Picking when you want to do these activities is a useful practice and will have more value behind it because you'll be more motivated to get those assignments in on time based off of importance. Now we're going to talk about urgency versus importance and all of the different intersections and how to recognize just how urgent and important something is. First is Zone 1, tasks that are important and urgent. An example would be homework. If you procrastinate on these Zone 1 tasks, then pressure to cram may increase. Managing these skills can look like scheduling tasks in your planner and setting reminders. For example, if you know your homework assignment is due on Sunday, you could set a reminder to work on your assignment for 30 minutes on Wednesday. Next is Zone 2, tasks that are important but not urgent. An example of this would be an end of semester assignment. The danger here would be procrastinating because there are not smaller deadlines to ensure the project is continually worked on. A way to manage this would be to create different chunks of the assignment and create your own schedule to ensure that you're making progress throughout the semester to avoid that cramming. Zone 3 tasks are fairly urgent but lower on importance. An example of this would be calling somebody back. The danger here is that we can convince ourselves that this is more important than those Zone 1 tasks we may have. A great way to approach this would be to call your friend back after you finish your homework. Zone 4 tasks are not important or urgent, such as checking our social media accounts. These tasks may be more enjoyable, but are often distracting. A way to manage this would be to include break times where you can check your social media, or saying that after you finish your homework, then you get to scroll on your Instagram. Now we're going to move on to talk about procrastination. If you have ever had one of these thoughts, you've most likely been dealing with procrastination, such as, I'll just put it off until tomorrow, I'm going to watch 15 more minutes of my show, I work better under pressure, or it won't matter if I'm a few minutes late, no one else is going to be on time. Procrastinators usually have great intentions. After all, people usually want to be successful. They may use rationalization. An example would be, I wanted to do my homework, but my show was on and I have to watch it. They usually know that procrastination is not helping them be successful in school, and they may be hard on themselves and possibly have lower self-esteem and higher self-defeating behaviors because of this. Also, some people may just think that they're lazy when they really are procrastinators. You can feel free to press pause on this video, and there should be a link just below that will open up a procrastinator quiz. The purpose of this quiz is to get you thinking about your habits. Once you finish the quiz, add together your scores from questions 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 16, 17, and 19. If you have a score between 40 and 50, you may be hindering your success because of procrastination. Here are a few tips on what to do if you are a procrastinator. Doing the worst job first may be a good way to approach a to-do list. Once you get the first one done, each one seems less and less of a task that you want to avoid. You could also break down tasks. Rather than saying, I need to write my whole paper today, you could say that you want to find your topic and 2 research articles today. Also, making a public commitment is a great way to hold yourself accountable. Whether that is calling a family or friend to tell them, this commitment may help you follow through. Plan ahead. This goes back to those daily to-do lists. This helps you know exactly what you need to do rather than the general statement of I need to do homework today. And remember, these goals are supposed to be realistic to you and your routine. Lastly, study in groups. This can help you if you're a procrastinator because your group will expect you to be there and can help keep you accountable. Break up large assignments. Here's a great example of an end of semester paper which can seem daunting. However, setting aside weeks to do one at a time can help eliminate stress, starting with topic that you want to write about, research, outline, first draft. These smaller assignments are more manageable. Another great skill is to reflect on your own habits. When do you work best? Studies do show that most productive work happens during daylight. I personally would rather wake up earlier in the morning because at night I'm too tired to finish assignments. However, know yourself and work when you are most productive, and save those daunting assignments for when you're going to be most productive and when that time of day is most productive for you. Making use of wasted time is another great way to improve time management and decrease procrastination. You can keep a flashcard set on you, or you can use the Quizlet study app. This will help you get those repetition in with flashcards while waiting for class to start or any other downtime that you may have, or even if you're waiting for a Zoom call to start if you have an online class as well. This is the last slide I have for you today, and here are 2 great tips. One would be to say no to additional items you cannot handle. For example, if you know you have an exam and someone asks you to hang out on Tuesday night and the exam is Wednesday morning, honoring your rest and study time is important to consider and knowing when to say no. Additionally, while these lists we talked about today are excellent tools, always remember to be flexible with yourself. Always honor your downtime to rest and recharge. Distractions can and will happen, and it's best to schedule in those times rather than saying that you cannot have them at all. My last tip for the day will be to set clear starting and stopping times. For example, saying that I'm going to study from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock and then I'm going to bed. That is a great idea, and it will help you preserve your sleep and honor your own boundaries. And with that, this is the end of part 1 for time management. You can head over and watch part 2, which is organizational skills. Thank you.